Hey guys, Oblivion here, coming at you with the discussion between three cards that I feel are really underrated cards and don't really see much play. And I kind of want to go into each topic, why, whatever. But basically, honestly, whatever. This is actually from my side deck because I kind of want to make a better side deck, and as you guys know, I want to run light hero beat. And I'm sorry if you guys hear my shutters. Those are my shutters. I opened the window because it was cold outside, so the shutters are kind of going crazy. So hopefully that doesn't distract you guys from the video. Anyways, so I right now am discussing three cards. They're basically water type monsters. Since I am running a light hero beat, I would like to side into like different types of stuff, etc., etc. But yeah, guys, I would like to go into Nova Master. I'm sorry, guys, Absolute Zero, etc., etc. And so yeah. So, anyways, let's go and just get in depth with this. Penguin Soldier. Penguin Soldier has been one of the oldest, most trolliest card in the face of Yu-Gi-Oh. Penguin Soldier is just amazing. It's a great level 2. It's a water type, so access to Absolute Zero. His effect is basically you can target up to 2 monsters on the field, return those targets to the hand. That right there is an amazing effect. You can target up to 2 guys, up to 2. So that means if my opponent has a freaking Sheehan on the board and I'm sorry guys, a Sheehan and like a Barkin or a Trigger Beast or whatever, etc., etc., and XYZ, I could bounce those shit back to the hand. If my opponent overcommits to the field and he goes and sets like freaking D-Prison, Compose or whatever, and I set a freaking Penguin Soldier and he decides to attack into it, his shit's getting bounced and he's gonna be raging because he basically just went completely minus while I just lost the card. I didn't lose anything basically. I basically just plus myself. But Penguin Soldier is a great card to have in the side deck or in the main deck. I love it because it has that element of surprise in it. No one really expects Penguin Soldier, guys. No one expects it at all. Reason being, Penguin Soldier hasn't seen much play in like any of the formats that I could really think about. Any of the formats that I've been back from Yu-Gi-Oh, and I've been back into Yu-Gi-Oh for like probably 2 years already. I have not seen Penguin Soldier used at all. And Penguin Soldier is a really great card. It's very underrated. I honestly love Penguin Soldier, and I would love to have him on my main deck. But one thing that I consider is it's a level 2. So, that's a little crappy part about it. But again, it makes up for it to bounce back 2 monsters on the field. It's just an amazing effect. I really love that effect. The other card I wanted to talk about for my side deck choice, Nightmare Penguin. Nightmare Penguin has an attack of 900 attack, 1800 defense, so he's a pretty okay defense. A water type, level 4, so he could be used as an XYZ after you guys flip summon him. I'm sorry, after he gets flipped or whatever, you could use him as an XYZ. Get like a Utopia or a Maestro or whatever, detach him, and then if you have a hero in your grave, you can make your Miracle Fusion live and go into like a whatever. Nightmare Penguin's a great card. It's almost like Penguin Soldier, except all face-up water monsters you control gain 200 attack. When this card is flipped face up, target 1 card your opponent controls and return that target to the hand. So you could bounce back row, you could bounce back monsters. So you guys could kind of see that they kind of I don't know how to put this into words, but this one has a great effect to bounce back up to 2 monsters on the field, and this one has a great effect to bounce back 1 card on the field, and he kind of makes up for it with 200 attack. All face-up water monsters you control gain 200 attack, which is pretty okay, I guess. You're not going to be attacking with Nightmare Penguin anytime, but it's a pretty cool effect. But it targets 1 card on your opponent's field and bounces it back. So again, if I were to be facing Ultimate Axon Kicker, because that's actually one of the things I wanted to talk about with the next card that I'm going to be going to. Let's say I'm facing like a Sheehan with Safe Zone. Now I've noticed that a lot of 6 Samurai players are running Safe Zone in their build, which is, I think that's a really great tech. Safe Zone Sheehan. It's basically your Sheehan's going to stay on the board for a long time. But yeah, Nightmare Penguin. Let's say Sheehan, whatever you hit the Safe Zone, bounces back to the hand, and I actually think, I don't know, I think Safe Zone, when the card leaves the field, it gets banished or it gets destroyed or some shit like that, but I think it's banished, so Sheehan would get banished or whatever. Nightmare Penguin's a great card. Again, 1800 defense, so it's really a really great card. It has pretty decent stats. but I like that aspect that you could bounce back anything on my opponent's side of the field. So that's one thing that I really, really like about Nightmare Penguin. Another thing that I really like is that it's a level 4, guys. I really think I mentioned this, but you could go into a rank 4 XYZ, detach him, and make your Miracle Fusion live in the grave. So it's a great, great card in my opinion. So yeah, that's Nightmare Penguin for you, and that's my ideas behind Nightmare Penguin. I think it's an underrated card. These two right here are I think they're one of the most underrated cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, because they have an amazing, amazing effect. And the last card, Snowman Eater. He is the traditional water type that most people go to for the side deck choice. He has a okay stat, 0 attack, 1900 defense, so he could face up to Thunder King or whatever. He's a level 3 water type. His effect is when this card is flipped face up, target one face up monster on the field and destroy that target. So he's a good, first turn play or whatever. Could get rid of Logia, etc., etc. One thing though that I wanted to point out, and I guess this is the thing that kind of got me questioning this card, is that I was on Death Pro, guys, last night, and I was dueling a psychic player, right? And we were having a match or whatever. I won round 1, but I was like, oh, he has Ultimate Axon Kicker. I was expecting Ultimate Axon Kicker. So round 2, he went and decided he went Axon Kicker Safe Zone. So I was like, oh, fuck, So I was like, this was like late game, so he basically already won the duel. So I topped like a Snowman Eater, and I was like, man, Snowman Eater, that's not something I really want to see, because Snowman Eater, target one face-up monster on the field, destroy that target. The Ultimate Axon Kicker has an effect that it cannot be destroyed by card effect. So even if he did not have Safe Zone, Snowman Eater would be completely useless to me. That's one thing that I kind of dislike about Snowman Eater. And honestly, I don't know, I guess it's just me, but I've been seeing a lot of cards that cannot be destroyed by card effects lately. And Snowman Eater is one of those cards that gets destroyed. I would rather prefer bouncing, because there's not that many cards that can prevent bouncing of the field. It's hilarious when you bounce like 2 XYZ monsters from my opponent's side of the field, whatever. It's amazing when you do that. It's amazing when you bounce back like a freaking safe zone and then my opponent's monster gets banished, that type of stuff. But Snowman Eater, I don't think I'm going to use Snowman Eater anymore in my side deck, just because Snowman Eater is a level 3. He doesn't really, after I flip him, he kind of just stays there. I hate to Miracle Fusion from my field, because I think that's sort of like a waste. So I think I'm gonna like take Snowman Eater out of the side deck. I guess it would have to be between Nightmare Penguin and Penguin Soldier. These two cards are the cards that I'm kind of torn between, but I want to hear from my subscribers. Which one do you think would be better? Which one would you use in a competitive scene, and why? And I would love to hear that down in the comment section below, guys, because I love to hear your opinions, because all your opinions that you guys tell me, I actually put them in my deck and my further build. I improve my builds because of you guys. So hopefully you guys can take the time and comment down below, which one would you use? Which one would you think is better? Penguin Soldier, bounce back 2 monsters on the field. Nightmare Penguin, bounce back a card on my opponent's side of the field, and every water monster gains 200 attack. Or this traditional Snowman Eater, pop a card on the pop a face-up monster on the field. So I would really want to hear from you guys, and yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. This is Oblivion. Catch you guys later. Peace.